I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Thursday, December 7th. The setter is Picaroon. I may start and then pause to have lunch and come back with a full tummy and a fresh mind, but let's see what I can get in the first go. Judge Troubles sounds like maybe an anagram of judge, or maybe an anagram of to secure. Prison type, time for such people. I'm thinking maybe anagram of judge, and then it secures or has inside it a short word, a four-letter word for prison time. Of course, it could be a short word for prison and T for time. And then such people, I think there's an overlap between the wordplay and the definition. So, yeah, but nothing is coming to me. Aspired to ignore husband's personal comment. 2-2. Well, ignore husbands probably means we remove an H. I think I'm getting better at spotting these ones. And aspired, I think of hoped. And if you remove the H, I wouldn't have written op-ed as a hyphenated phrase, but maybe that's the way it's written in Britain. I think in the US, maybe it's just shown as two words. Maybe the O and the E are capitalized. He wrote an op-ed. Anyway, little rise of 1,000, no 50 quid. Well, here you have to know all the things for 1,000. Could be M in Roman numerals, or K. And then 50 L. MNOL. And maybe a rise, LON. Oh, if 1,000 is G, then you have long backwards. It's a rise of, and I think again the wordplay is saying no, it's not little, it's long. Oh no, hold on, it's 5 letters. Why, for some reason I had in my mind it was 4. Little rise of. No, so now I'm along. LON. Yeah, maybe like 1K, lunky. No, not getting that. Unfussy consumers of noir movies, ignoring current, shot. Well, current I know from watching other crossword solvers on YouTube can be I. And so maybe it's an anagram of noir movies without the I's, or one of the I's, so noir moves. And then, does it mean unfussy? Where does the shot come in? Or maybe it means shot and unfussy consumers. Does that indicate an anagram? Not, I don't know. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and do the 7 down since we have the P. Got hold of sweet, entertaining dog after run. Well, I'm thinking it's maybe means got hold of, like procured. It's too short, but something, purloined, something. And then maybe we have a short word for sweet. Entertaining dog could mean an anagram, but after run, so maybe we have our, no, oh, but entertaining, yeah, or it could be a type of dog. No, it can't get that. Fail to save South American state characterized by neglect. I think South American is going to be SA, and then the state will be a US two-letter state abbreviation. But again, I'm struggling to see. Well, maybe could fail simply be to get a D, although I thought a D grade was just about passing. No? Anyway, so I'm not sure if this means fail or something about neglect. There are a lot of neglect negative words beginning with a D. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Broadcaster with glib remark in panorama. So I'm thinking it might be a panorama. That is going to be a short word for broadcaster, which could be radio or the beeb with a glib remark. Don't know about that. Covered areas in German car moving southeast. There's a lot going on there and a lot of words that might be more meaningful than they seem. I'm thinking it means covered areas. Oh, I can't think what you call like a patio that has a roof over it. And maybe it's partially in German car, but you have to rearrange it. Or maybe it is a German car in 5 letters, anagrammed, and then SE at the end for southeast. Nope. Exotic senorita. Excuse me. Not laughing, just a cough comes over me. Game for polyamorous arrangements. Well, 715 has to be ménage à trois, and an anagram of senoritas game. So let's put that in and hope we have the right letters. It looks right to me. XPM is hosting European leaders, kids in uniform. 7-6. I am wondering if it's something scouts. Or something guides. But what's like one up as you age out of Boy Scouts? What do you go into? I think they might be called Pioneer Scouts. But European leaders usually U. Oh yeah, maybe it's just uniform is the definition. All right, this is a good clue. Biden inhales smoke, high and giggly. Well, is Biden Joe or Prez? And you put a word for smoke and maybe an H for high, and you get a word for giggly. Or how about Commander-in-Chief? I'm not thinking of a word for giggly. What would it end in? MY? ME? No, not getting it. How about 15 down? Aristocrat, one rejected by Prince, far from a poser. Well, must begin no, right? No. One rejected by Prince. No, not getting that. 3 down, we have a G there. Harassment not unknown by academic staff. Scandal for Oxford. I was seeing if you could get Cambridge in the first word, but no. Harassment not unknown. Nope. 4 down, we just have an S at the end, so I don't think that's going to be useful. But hooligans in carnival site saying little after dropping ecstasy. So I think there's some word in there that you have to drop or remove the E. And a word for hooligans. Well, vandals comes to mind. Oh, yeah, I was thinking carnival has the V, but carnival site. No, I can't really get that. All right, 5 down. Where to play piano, plugging, smooth, and then covers of iced tea. Well, I think we have to take the I and the T are the covers of iced tea, but we also need smooth. Where to play piano, I think might be the definition. Oh, it might be where to play, like a some kind of sports ground. And then we have, yeah, I think we put a P in smooth, plugging, so, yeah, smooth, and then IT. I mean, it could end in IT. Yeah, where to play. No, I'm not sure of that one either. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, we looked at that and we looked at that. Here we just have an O. Reason for clouds clapping, welcoming Queen music you listen to online. Nope, not getting that. Cabaret involved a hairy tree dweller. Not sure what that's going to be either. Maybe a short word for cabaret, and you put an A inside it, and you get a hairy tree dweller, some kind of monkey or something. Supplies for one traveling through Tahiti and Canada on vacation. Well, vacation, I know from another recent crossword, means emptying out, as well as a holiday trip. So we might have to empty out Canada to get CA, but maybe we also do that to Tahiti. Supplies, I think, is going to be the definition. Could it end in TICA? Yeah. Tricky, tricky. Before new merger, business in a muddle. So I'm thinking an anagram of merger, and before that we put business, which could be firm or co, maybe even in. No, it's 9 letters, so we just need 3. if it is an anagram of merger. Of course, it could also be N and then a word for merger. Commingle is too short in a muddle. No, not getting that. I'm the plaintiff admitting small problem. I'm the plaintiff. Problem. Oh, I'm thinking issue. Oh yeah, I sue if I'm the plaintiff, and it lets in an S for small, and finally I get my third. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, I'll finish the acrosses before we look at those downs. Hearing what you can do online, one's enthralled. So I think it's a word, take a word for what you can do. Now online, of course, is ambiguous, but so then we take a homonym of that and we get something for being enthralled. Wrapped, I think. But is that, okay, it sounds like WRAPPED, RRAPPED. Let me put it in. I don't fully get that, but let's see if that is helpful. Appear half-hearted. So that makes me think we remove some of the middle letters of appear. With silly behavior in linguistic inquiry, or inquiry if you prefer, linguistic inquiry. Yeah, maybe it's just the fancy word for a question. And then silly behavior. I'm thinking a word for behavior that's anagrammed, or maybe it just means behaving in a silly way. Oh my goodness. A lot of support in Oz. You can count on it. So I think wrapped is wrong, because I think when I see you can count on it, that just sounds like a punning definition of an abacus. And I do see we have AUS around the outside. We had that the other day too, as the abbreviation for Australia. And we have most of the word back, meaning a support or to support, inside of it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Get lost in Iraq. The setter's vessel has power cut. Well, the setter is, what was the name? Picaroon, but so this could be my SS steamship or sailing ship, whatever it stands for, has power cut. Oh, actually, I think it might be ship minus the P, SHI. But what is get lost in Iraq? Is MYSHI a place in Iraq? I mean, that fits the wordplay. I am going to go ahead and check this. No, well, at least I got the SHI part. Get lost in Iraq. I'm only thinking of sushi. No, I'm not getting that at all. We do have an I something something ending. Could it be ing? All right, cabaret involved a hairy tree dweller. Um, how many B's in the middle of baboon? I think it's just one. Harried tree dweller. Nope. So I did think this might start with co before new merger. Maybe N. All right, let's go back up and take a look at the Downs. Creamy center of pecorino. I've never heard of that. Eaten by climber. So I'm wondering if it could be the middle of pecorino eaten, some letters that go across those two, and then the climber means you have to go backwards, but I'm not seeing anything. We looked at that before. We looked at that and that and that and that. No, and we looked at that. We looked at that. We now maybe have an N, but I'm not sure. Aristocrat. One rejected by Prince. So maybe the definition is far from a poser. Oh, of course, I'm thinking of a poser as a person, but now I'm wondering if it's a difficult question. So, no brainer, maybe. How about that? Aristocrat, always a knob, I think. And then one rejected by Prince. Yeah, so I've seen this before in crosswords, and I just don't agree with it, but it seems to be the convention. To me, saying one is rejected by Prince, well, I suppose, no, now that I think about it, I'm wrong. I'm always ready to admit I'm wrong. I suppose the Prince Rainier rejects the one, so the one is rejected by the Prince. But for some reason, I was reading it the other way, a word for one where you remove a P, but yeah, so anyway, I'm happy to finally get another clue. Gives us a useful B here. XPM, beginning with B, Blair. Of course, it could be going way back. Hosting European leaders' kids in uniform. Uniform, because of course, also mean evenly created or distributed. Uniform. Yeah, I'm not getting that either. Our cabaret, now our harried tree dweller, is B something A. Yeah, I mean, we are getting a lot of the letters of cabaret, so it must be an anagram of that. BEA, well, let's use our anagram helper. Oh, a bear cat? Yeah, I think bear cat. Is it a bear or is it a cat? It was, I think I really only know of the bear cat as a car. Wasn't it a Stutz bear cat? It's mentioned in a song by Lou Reed. That's how I know it. A bear cat. Let me go ahead and check that. Yeah, that's right. Interesting. All right, let's go back to the Downs. There must be some I haven't looked at. People who run key enterprises losing heart. I think it might be people who run. And then key could be, of course, any of the musical keys. And then a word for enterprises losing its center letter. So I'm thinking it's going to be, it's not sprinters. Oh, of course, it could be people who run for election. People who run. What other sprinters? No, not getting that. These could be silly. So-and-sos without intelligence. I think it's going to be things that could be silly. And then what's a so-and-sos could be like thingamies or whatchamacallits. And maybe they lose the I for intelligence. Ugh, no. Make toxic men upset, prodded by very revolutionary individual. Well, the upset suggests an anagram, but we have an awful lot of words in this for a 7-letter word. Okay, where to now? Or I think I'm actually going to take that break I mentioned at the start, and I shall resume when I have supped. All right, I had a lovely lunch. Hope you did too, or breakfast, whatever part of the day you're in. I had a look at some of these, and then when I got to 11 across again, unfussy consumers, I realized that shot can be the anagram indicator. And so it is noir movies minus the I for current. And when I played around with those letters, I got omnivores. But they'll eat anything. That's a useful V in 9 down. Reason for crowds clapping. I wonder if it could be something to do with ovation, welcoming, Queen movie music you listen to online. So maybe it is ovation with some other welcoming Queen music. Now, they want us to think it's the band Queen, but it could be a Q plus something for music you listen to online. Oh, hold music, or but I'm thinking it may mean reason, but it's a very long word. No, not getting it. Got hold of sweet, entertaining dog after run. Yeah, the after run bit is giving me pause because that's usually the letter R from cricket scoring. And maybe that's that R. So I think it's something for sweet. Now, pud, short for pudding, could be sweet. And then dog after the run. And again, I'm thinking it means got hold of. But I did think it might end in ED. Got hold of, purchased. Oh, I think I see chase there. So it is pud, P-U-D. Well, that maybe helps. I had something sweet after my lunch. And there's the R for run, and chase is run. Oh no, dog. Oh, to dog is to chase, to dog somebody, chase after them. That's a funny word to use to give chase, I think. Anyway, I won't complain, I managed to get it. Covered areas in German car moving southeast. Of course, moving southeast might mean we have to move the S and the E, and so maybe it is ES. Oh, and I'm thinking of suddenly now, having put that in, Porches. Yeah, so the German car is a Porsche, and the S that comes between the R and the C, you have to move it east. So moving the S for southeast, you get Porches. All right, so now 8 down. Either fail to or neglect. I see desist, but South American state characterized by, no, maybe characterized by neglect. I don't know, does fail to save have some meaning in crosswordese? No, not, I mean, I should be able to, there can't be too many words that fit that pattern. Anything come to me just looking at the letters in 9 down? Ever, over. Oh, overcompensation? Does that fit? No, but maybe a reason for something. No, not getting that either. Oh, 5 down now should be very. I did think here we're going to have the IT as covers of Ice-T. Where to play? Oh, you can play in a sand pit. Piano. So piano's the P, plugging smooth covers. Plugging smooth. Oh, to sand something is to smooth it, and IT are the covers of Ice-T. Okay. I was a little slow on that one, I'm afraid. All right. How about our hooligans? I was thinking vandals, but again, I think that has to be the definition. Carnival site. Saying little. What is saying little? Could be mute, and then you drop the E. But I think the S must be part of saying little. Carnival site. Oh, that could be Rio is a famous carnival site. And oh, if you're saying little, you're terse. So rioters are the hooligans. Now, judge troubles to secure prison time for such people accused or convicts, some other word for people in trouble with the law, I think. What could our broadcaster with glib remark in panorama? I hope it's not the name of a famous British broadcaster. I may struggle to get that. What's a word for a panorama? Landscape, outlook. Nope. And here was our XPM hosting European leaders' kids in uniform. No, not getting anything out of that. Nope. Here I thought we might end in CA. What can I think of a word for supplies? And could it be TI? Not Titicaca, because it was Tahiti. And do you vacate the and as well, but in AD? And then has one traveling through, which would suggest maybe there's another I. Oops, I actually put in a 1. I can't believe it accepted a 1. I don't know who's worse, me or the software. Some word for supplies. No. And of course this Iraq one I definitely should be able to get. 23 down. Get lost in Iraq. The setter's vessel. So I think the SHI, I sort of cheated a little bit by checking another word and it confirmed the SHI. So yeah, let me pause and look up MYSHI and see if that is anything. No, no Mishi or Maishi, or I also looked up ISSHI, but although I thought we tried an I in the first position, but anyway, that was not there. All right. Well, I don't know where to look. People who run. Oh, yeah. So, of course, this could be not necessarily running, but who run organizations or other such things. So, how about managers? Key enterprises losing heart. Oh yeah, key though I thought was going to be A through G. Let me just put in managers and see if I can see people who run. And then key enterprises. Key could be main, maybe. But enterprises, no, I don't think that's right. Yeah, so it was A for a key and then enterprises ending in ER. No, I can't think of anything there either. Let me get rid of that. A. Before new merger, business in a model. Let me pause and sip my after lunch coffee and think about that one. Well, did not find. I even resorted to looking online for synonyms of muddled. Nothing jumped out at me. But then I jumped down to hearing what you can do online. One's enthralled. And I realized that there's another meaning of enthralled, meaning you're enslaved or in bondage to someone. And so a surf, which sounds like web surfing. Doesn't help us though, because we already had all of those letters. Here, appear half-hearted with silly behavior in linguistic inquiry ends I something S. Well, I'm thinking it ends in S. That would be funny ending, especially as there doesn't seem to be any plural in the definition, so maybe the S is wrong. Oh boy. How about our toxic men? Upset, prodded by very, which could be a V, and then maybe the whole thing is a revolutionary individual who is a very, or who's a famous, is it a specific person or a member of some revolutionary faction? And they have maybe a V, but I'm not sure. If it is V for very, then we need a 6-letter word for toxic men. That is anagrammed, I suppose, with the V put inside it. Toxic men. Again, is that some punning way of describing men who work with toxic materials? But I don't know what a simple word for that would be. These could be silly so-and-sos without intelligence. No, not getting that. All right, let's tackle this long one. Harassment, not unknown, by academic staff. Scandal for Oxford, question mark. Have I missed some anagramming indicator here? But no, we have this G. Yeah, I'm thinking the whole thing is some scandal for Oxford. Now, Oxford is is there an Oxford cake? I'm just looking at that 4-letter word at the end. Could it be something cake? But then harassment, not unknown. What is, the unknown is usually X, Y, or Z. Maybe we just simply put NOT and a Y, maybe? An academic staff, is there some abbreviation, or is it something like deans, or dons? Oh, don is often good. Oh, I wonder if it could be something city. And Oxford is an example of not a university city or a cathedral city. But that seems possible. What would a T do for 24 in a muddle? Construed, constree. No. Here is our Biden inhales smoke. High and giggly. Yeah, I'm not getting that either. All right, I think I'm going to try and give myself a jump start by revealing, and this is probably a good one because it'll give me 3 starting letters. So let's try this. Jokesome. Okay, so Biden was Joe, and then an anagram of smoke. Smoke was high. I'm not sure I like high as an anagram indicator. And then giggly is jokesome. I don't think I've ever heard that word, but maybe I have. All right, so does that help our little rise of 1000? Then must be the K. And then we could have NO, and then 50 is L. A little rise. Well, a null is a little rise. But why do we have two 50s? That escapes me. No 50. Oh, the L, of course, for Libra, for the pound symbol. Ah, yes, yes. So that one I'm fairly sure of. Okay, so now the judge, I think we are going to use the J from judge. So maybe that is anagrammed to secure prison time. Well, prison can be the jug, right? Does that come into it? For such people. To secure prison time. No, I'm not getting that at all. Here's our broadcaster with glib remark in panorama. Would a seascape? I was thinking of landscape earlier, but oh no, seascape doesn't fit, so pretend I didn't say anything if you don't mind. A glib remark. So is it the whole thing means a broadcaster, and you put as a glib remark some kind of witty or sideways comment, and that goes in a panorama, which maybe is a scape. A broadcaster. No name is coming to mind, well, except for one horrible individual. I won't even say his name. Creamy center of Pecorino. I'd love to know what that is. Eaten by, a climber, of course, could be ivy. And the center of Pecorino is OR. Oh my goodness, thank goodness I got another one. So ivory is creamy. Jailbirds comes to mind. Judge. Oh, I think judge is simply J. Troubles is ales. And prison time, yes, I think the slang term in England is doing bird. And so you get jailbirds. That's clever. Now, surely I can get 3 down. B has to be a vowel. B-A-L. B-E-L. Bellington comes to mind, but why I don't know. Belling the cat. Well, I think that was done so you knew where the cat was, but is belling? Is that something in the back of my mind says that was a form of maybe not harassing, but punishing somebody. And then we'd have the Don. But then I think it's probably not city. Let me look up Bellington and see if what that brings to mind. Well, as I was typing in Belling, it occurred to me, well, how about bullying, as in bullying, and then not a known means remove the Y. And then I looked up Bullingdon instead, and I saw Bullingdon Club is an all-male dining club for Oxford University students. Hard to believe there are still all-male dining clubs in this day and age. So let's go ahead and check this, because that's a long one if I'm wrong. No, it is correct, thank goodness. So now we have a very useful Y. I'm thinking of Stylite, but I thought that was someone who went up a pillar as a form of a hermit. Trying to see if there's somebody's name in panorama. Oh, skyline. How about skyline as a panorama? And broadcaster is Sky is a cable channel. A glib remark, I suppose, is a line. A bit of a stretch, but anyway, so now we have an O for our XPM, so I don't think it is Blair. What other old Bootsby? Oh my goodness, not getting that. Well, Jokesum did give me a few, but I think I'm stuck again. Oh, this now is interesting. Concubine would fit, but I don't think it's concubine. Before new business, and then what's the merger? Oh, fusion. Oh, I did see confusion, and for some reason I just, oh yeah, maybe because I had some other letter put in that stopped me seeing it. But yes, that makes sense. Let's check that. Yeah, I'm getting so bad now, I'm doubting everything I put in. These could be silly so-and-sos without intelligence. Nothing seems to... Silly something. No, not getting that. All right, I think this video is going to be long enough, and I do need to get other things done, so I'm going to, let's see, where's one I can cheat and see the answer. Let me try the XPM, take one final look. No, nothing is coming to me, so let's reveal it. Brownie guide, so it was kids in uniform. Of course, the XPM, Gordon Brown, how quickly we forget. And then is hosting is simply the word is, and in between we have E, and that for European, and leader is guide. I was thinking European leader, those two words referred to the E, but just European on its own is enough to get the E. All right. So silly, well, I don't want to say nothing, but it has to be a plural. Oh, how about nitwits? I'm not sure I understand the wordplay. Silly so-and-sos without intelligence. Oh, I think the so-and-sos might be nits if you take away the wit, the intelligence. But I think it's a complicated clue. Let's check that it is correct. So now appear half-hearted with silly behavior in linguistic inquiry. Is it solipsism? Am I saying that right? Let's get rid of that. Appear half-hearted. Oh no, how about syllogism? I think that's more likely. So we have silly behavior in. I'm going to check it. No. Okay. Let's reveal it. Ah, semantics, of course. Well, that's good to know the S is the right last letter, but appear always to seem with only half of its middle letters. With silly behavior is antics. Oh my goodness. All right. Good to know. Now are toxic men upset, prodded by very revolutionary individual? No, I'm not thinking of a revolutionary individual, so let's reveal that one. Envenom. So to make toxic is the definition. We have men upset, so M-E-N, and prodded by very, and an individual is one, which is revolutionary, turned around. Wow, there's a lot of wordplay in that one. All right, supplies for one traveling through Tahiti and Canada on vacation. Begins with V now. So much for my TI and CA. Well, I wonder if it could be something after VAC, meaning supplies. No, I can't think of a synonym for supplies. Or is it a synonym for vacation? No, I'm going to give up on that one too. Viatica. Well, I was right sort of about the TI and CA, and through is via. Yeah, so yeah, the vacation, of course, is the emptying out. And supplies for one traveling. I'm not familiar with that word. I'm going to pause and look it up. Yeah, I think that's what it is, but I also saw a definition, which I think I am familiar with. There was a lot of news stories about it a few years ago where people were buying life insurance on a terminally ill person and giving them the money up front, a percentage of what the life insurance would be for. So I think that's where I know, but it does come from pertaining to a journey viatic. So now our Iraq one, get lost in Iraq. I'm just checking if it's some kind of hidden clue. Well, the setters could be I am, but It is Imshi. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look that up. Please wait. So apparently it's the Arabic for get lost or go away, and was adopted mainly by Australian troops. So never heard of that. What's our people who run key enterprises losing heart? Ooh, how about assayers? No, I'm not sure. Let's reveal it. Escapees. They do run. And then our key is E, I presume. And then enterprises. Escapees. Losing heart. I don't see how escapees comes in. People who run must be escapees, but then, and key I'm thinking is E. Maybe it could be ES in, I think in German. But yeah, that's tricky. All right, only 2 left, I think. I'm going to have to give up on these 2 unless something comes to me. Well, that must be ATION. Online. Reason. I mean, it's such a long word. I should be able to get that. Over. No, I give up. Overpopulation, reason for crowds. And then it is ovation for clapping. Welcoming the Queen is ER, God rest her. And then music is pop. And you listened to online, I think is just, it sounds like YOU. You? Oh no, where does the L come from? Oh, maybe L is for line. So U is you listened to, or the homophone for you, and then L is on line, I think. All right, let's I'm going to give up on the last one. Fail to save. Let me just think. South American could be SA. And then a state, South Carolina, South Dakota. What other U.S. state begins with an S? Now I'm going to reveal that one. Disuse, so neglect, okay. Fail to save South. Americans, I think that might be U.S. Fail to save South. No, I don't I don't get that one at all. I've said it before, I wish there was, once you revealed it, a little extra button to give the explanation of it. That would be very nice. And they could charge a little bit extra. I think if you want to be in their crossword club, you will see those explanations. There's a money-making idea for The Guardian. All right, well, very disappointing. But of course, as you get later in the week, the crosswords do get harder. But hopefully I'm learning all the time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.